Hi, it's Sean, the Fluency Awesomeizer. This is Decoding Multi-Syllabic Words, episode 14. A few words I want to take a look at in this episode, but before we get started, I want you to get ready to read a passage I've written. I want you to read it right out loud to whoever you're there with, and definitely click pause, put a stop to the show to give yourself plenty of time to read it. All right, it's about a paragraph. Get ready, click pause, read this right out loud. All right, were any of those words tricky to read? Keep watching. In this episode, I'm going to review these words from that passage, show you some information and some strategies you might want to recall next time you're stuck on these words or words like them when you're reading independently. First, a reminder of the fable, The Tortoise and the Hare, and the moral, slow and steady wins the race, which is great advice when you do get stuck on a big unfamiliar word when reading independently. I'll use unfamiliar as an example. You can think of these words as races. There is a finish line, and if you read like the hare, you might want to get to that finish line first. You'll tend to zip through big words like this. Mistakes can happen easily that way. But if you read like the tortoise, you take it slow and steady when you come to these words. That patience is definitely going to help improve your ability to decode them. Keep that in mind. Let's practice. All right, this word here, if I go to the finish line of this word, I can see kind of a unusual syllable. It's not teeth. All right, what is that? There's an IE vowel pair there. That's the word tie. Is it tithe? Well, it starts with 7, and that could be tie-eth. Oh, 70th. This is the word 70th. Yeah, that I, there's an I there towards the end. You got to keep an eye on those I's. It's pretty good advice, especially when they're down by the finish line. All right, the root word of this is 70, of course, the number 70. And the thing about 70, it has a Y at the end. It's making an E sound. You know, Y's tend to do that when it's at the end of a word. A Y can make an E sound. 70. Now, if you put the suffix eth on the end, 70th, something doesn't look right about that spelling. So what you do in this case, many times a word ends with Y, you have to drop that Y, make it an I, then put a suffix on like this. So you have 70th, all right? 70th is typically written that way, but you will see it written. That's tricky to read, 7TF. All right, you know, you see this in a lot of, these are cardinal numbers, by the way, 20th, that IETH. Let's take a look at this for a second. 20, drop the Y, add an I, 20th. 30, same thing, 30th. 40, there you go, 40th. 50, drop that Y, 50th. 60, drop the Y, add an I, 60th. We did 70, so here's 80th and 90th. All right, it's a pattern. Keep in mind when you have to read or spell these words. All right, so this word down to the finish line, I see the word teen in this word. There's an N down at the finish line of this word. That's teenth. 17th is this word, all right? 17th is, 17 is the root. And 17th, just put a TH on the end of 17, you've got 17th. Typically written like this. Right? It's a quicker way to do it, but you will see that word every now and then. And not to be confused, of course, with seventh. Right? It's pretty easy to make seventh. Just a TH. All right, another word from that passage starts with part. There's another I, right? Party or partai. And what is going on here? That's, you know, C can make two sounds. Is that sip or kip? There's pate down at the end, pate. Oh yeah, participates. Yeah, it's present tense verb, participates. The root word's participate. And the trick, I think, to this word is the C. Now let's talk about the C, followed by an I pattern here. That's going to be a soft C, making an S sound, as in cider, circus, and citrus, for a couple of examples, and participate. All right. That word originates in ancient Latin, participare. The CI in Latin actually sounds like a ch. Participare. So participare in Latin, the parti part of that word means part. Well, that makes a lot of sense. That's where we get the word part. CIP means to take. So participare means to take part, to partake. That's a word. I don't know if you know that word, partake. Partake means to join in an activity. Who wants to play a game? Me, 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 me. To partake. Right, so participatus is another Latin word meaning to partake. And you can see that's where we get the word participate in English with a silent E at the end. Now the CI, that's a soft C because with French influence on a lot of the words in the English language. That's a French pattern. C is a soft C, an S sound when it's followed by an I. It's not participate, right? Participate. Put an S on the end, you have participates. Participates. All right, not to be confused with this word. Down at the finish line, there's the word pants. Pants. There's an N at the finish line of this word, all right? Got to keep an eye on those N's. They can appear and disappear. This is participants, plural noun. The root is participant, which is a noun and it originates in Latin. Participare, the same Latin word, participare. Me, right, to participate. So a participant, that's where the old French word participant, participant, comes from, that Latin word. And that's where the CI, soft C sound followed by an I. All right, that's where that comes from in the old French. And now we have participant in English, like a participant in a race. And put an S on the end, you have more than one, participants, participants. All right, that's it for today's lesson. Subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Facebook for more decoding videos like this one. Tell a friend, a family member, or a teacher about me. Spread the good word. That'd be great. I appreciate it. And on my Facebook page, there's a photo album full reading challenges I've written recently to help you continue practice decoding those big words at home. And that will definitely awesomeize your fluency. Hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. Come back and see me soon.